Man. See what we can do in here. Hope everybody's doing pretty good. So we already made one little bear today. I'll bring him over there. And I made this guy about an hour ago. It took an hour and a half ago, actually. Figured I'd take a break. And hello, everybody. Anyway, I figured I'd make one more yet tonight. And or at least start those little ones. And the thing with the little ones, they just sell so good. It's hard. So I'm trying some different styles. That style was where I would basically cut a triangle and then dig the ears and go from there. This time I'm gonna cut out a section, cut the top, and then triangle. So I'm just trying different stuff. See if I can get y'all a little closer to that. Probably would make a little more sense. Just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I think that'd be about all right. Something like, yeah. Okay, all right. Come on, baby. I think it already cranked. I actually think I want to make this the front. I don't know. I'll tell you, I don't know why. The days it's been like really tough to get motivated. So I got to do something. Appreciate y'all being here. Heck, my oil cap. It's like it vibrated off. I've never had that happen. That's crazy. I don't know. Here, let me tighten that back up real quick. I'm telling you, what happened was I filled the oil up and I forgot about it. Did I spill a bunch or no? No, I don't see none. Hell, I don't know. Okay, whatever. On that thing. Heck, he looks more like a rabbit. I don't know. down there and do that cut, I started getting this pain right in here, and I'm like, man, it just sucks getting old. But I'm not. I'm just gonna fight back. How about that? Just keep doing what you're doing. And then I say that to people, and they're like, "How old are you again?" And I'm like, "I'm almost 50." Oh, and then I said, trying to say I act immature or what? I'm gonna dig the ears out. He got great big ears, like really perked up, happy looking ears, you know. Is what it is. Hey, be sure to hit that like button. We appreciate y'all being here. I wonder if I ought to go back a little bit. It's a little dark to me. And if it's a little dark to me, it's probably a little dark to y'all. I don't know. Let's see, we'll go back in here a little bit. There we go. Move that in. Okay, I got that on a. That's on a little cart, so it's easy to move around. But anyway, there's that. A little bit better. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. All right. Let's keep going. So the head, basic shape of the head. Oh, he's got some big old ears. I'll tell you what. I'd like to take that corner out just a little bit. And other than that, I mean, that's the basic shape of the head. I wonder if I can get you in there just a little bit closer. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Okay. All right. You know, sometimes those content creators are just ain't that bright. All right, let me pull this in here. Set that in there a little closer. Okay, there we go. Okie dokie. So, yeah, just a little bit more off of that. And then I want to take some out of that ear, and then I'll start doing back and take a look. Yeah, he's just a big old goofy looking bird. Go ahead, and now I got the basic head shape in there. I'm gonna go ahead and give him some arms. Getting them arms dug out, boy, I threw that stuff all over my screen. That's pretty funny stuff. Heck yeah. Hey, John, Dylan, Kevin, Michael S. Super fan. Glad to see you guys. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already, and we will keep rocking it out. All right. Thank you. catch him before he runs all the way out. It's getting ready to lose it too. Anyway, dump some fuel in this baby. And this one here, man, I'll tell you what, it's lighter than the 170, and it's supposed to be a 180 clone. But it's definitely lighter, so I enjoy using it. But man, I'll tell you what, that dude eats fuel. And it consumes the fuel way faster than the 170. But man, does it have a lot more power, it seems like. I just enjoy running this one more than the 170. And it's lighter. So, like I said, I was complaining about getting older, kind of way it is. So probably I'll take it that way, right? All right, let's see if we can get this baby running again. A lot of times this one, though, one thing I don't like about it, I was going to say, it has a, Where's that? All right, I'm gonna take that 170 and do some hair, and we might go ahead and make another one because they don't take that long. I mean, that's pretty fun to make too. I just had a good time making it. But I appreciate y'all being in there. Be sure and hit that like button, and we'll keep going. Finish this dude up, give him some hair, and then I'll decide if I'm gonna start on another one. I don't know. We'll see. Mm-hmm. yeah, let's burn that dude. I don't know. I could give him some eyes first. I don't know why I wouldn't. Let's do that. Eyes just bring them to life. I already got a bit in anyway, so it might be too big. Let's find out. Let me move that up there. You can see it a lot closer if I do. So there's that little guy. Heck yeah. Okay, that's about right. Yeah, good deal. All right. If you haven't hit the like button already, hit that like button. It won't cost you nothing, I promise. You don't have to donate anything. Give up your firstborn, any of that stuff, all those things. People be aggravated with their kids and they would give up their firstborn. Don't do it. I don't want none. I raised mine, and they're both real close to, that point in time where they won't be dad's responsibility anymore. So I don't want them on. Let's get it right now. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, all right. They're nice and round. Yeah, pretty much. Not too bad. Not too bad. I guess I could go in deeper with that one. All right, there we go. Might as well give him some nose holes while we're at it. Can't see why it would hurt. I already got the bit in to do it, so let's just do it. Hope everybody's doing pretty good today. I don't know why today it was just like I was dead, and I got out and got a lot of stuff done. I have a boat. I put in a state lake and have a dock in there. It's a state rented dock, and I got that in the water. I was glad to get that done today. Maybe I got that far. Maybe I ought to just go ahead and sand the nose real quick. Because really, with these, until you put the fire to them, the nose and the snout, and then you got to come back with the finger sander and clean up the ears after it's dry. So I might as well just do the snout and the nose real quick with this, and we can burn this dude and put him on the shelf. So that way he's done. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Okay. One thing I figured out about light streaming is if you're burning something, people like that. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to burn this dude. Kapow. Although he's way too wet. Is that already on? Oh, yeah. It's already on. Hopefully you didn't have any leaks, right? Okay. But yeah, it's way too wet, but we can do a little bit with it anyway. And get this view cleaned up. So we'll do it. And people like to watch stuff burn. I don't know. That's wet. That's wet, wet. So I just realized I forgot to give him toes. Can't have that. Dude's got to have claws. How's he going to fight back? Especially because a little kid that walks in that place where we sell these and is hugging it. I mean, he's got to be able to bite him somehow or claw him in the face. Whatever. This is going to be one of them rare mutant bears that he has 6 toes on 1 foot. Don't tell nobody. That's just life. Oh, I got to cut him off. Duh. Okay, I'm going to use a 171 6-inch bar or 16-inch bar for that. All right. So there's that little guy. Oh. Cute little dude, ain't he? Okay. Set him over there on the shelf. And just try to make them different, you know? I mean, not trying to make them all the same. Trying to find my bear, really. And I'm getting a lot closer. I definitely do some decent heads now for the cute and cartoony, which is what I'm always going for anyway. It definitely sells. Let's see. Okay, so I got a bigger piece out here. And I think that's what we're going to use next. I don't know. This one's pretty big. It's just going to have to be a bigger bear then, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll give this one a welcome sign room or something like that. We'll see how it goes. All right, back that up. So get on there. We got it done pretty quick, really. We got a lot of knots on this side. What if it's easier to cut them off when they're on the bottom. And this stuff's too green to get any ideas on cracks. It looks like I'm gonna go with this side of the two. And that might be a little unevenly cut. But we'll just have to work with it. We'll figure it out. So let me back this up a little bit. And we'll do as much as we feel like. How about that? I might not finish it. I don't know, man. I'm not digging that. This side here is nice and flat. I'd have to cut it off again down here to square it up. And I just don't even feel like jacking with it. I can make him from this side. He just got more knots in him. All right. Right in the middle or to the sides. I want to go right here. Because if you put it in a knots, they'll dry different. And either way you go, you're going to have that. And then I'll put the one knot to the back. So, yeah. Okay. Let's make it happen. Back it up just a little bit. Man, I'll say, today's been a day. Anyway, if you haven't hit the like button already, be sure and hit it. And we'll get right into this dude. Yeah, there. Oh, let me put some fuel in this thing before I even start. That would make sense, wouldn't it? And oil. I'll probably check them both. The way life is. Can't always get it right. You can get it wrong a lot. It's pretty easy. We were definitely we make a lot of mistakes along the way. But the pollen's real high now too. And I had a guy tell me 8 years ago, if it bothers you even a little bit now, watch out. It's going to get way worse. And in a couple years. And he was right. It's definitely a lot worse now. And I could take something. I don't know, Claritin. You can get prescription stuff, you know. But I'm not a pill person. I don't like taking pills. I mean, if I did take them, I'd be good. I'd be doing good to remember to take them. I was supposed to take a blood pressure medication. Actually, before I got my Inspire implant, I was supposed to take a low dose blood pressure, and I could never take it. Heck, you know. But once I got the, as long as I sleep good, my blood pressure was fine, so I ain't really worried about it. All right. See how far this thing will get us today. There we go. Yeah, my neighbor called me. Okay, that's what I locked up. Heck, it didn't last that long, did it? Yeah, I got you, Rusty. Build a port to another galaxy. I like that. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, get back into it. Maybe. I'm going to do this one. See what happens. stuff some more fuel in this thing. Hope you guys are doing pretty good. Let's see what we got here. Anybody got anything good to say? Check you guys out real quick. Let's see here. Hey, Billy, LJ, Perry, what's going on? Let's see. Hey, Matthew, John, glad to see you guys. Heck yeah. Okay, anyway, coming along all right, you know. Hey, Margaret. Yeah, it's going to be a bear. Here, I'll turn it that way just a little bit. You can see it just a little bit better. Yeah, I could probably get in a little closer. What's going on, Susie Q? Heck yeah, appreciate you guys checking in. Let me go ahead and slide this thing up there a little bit closer. And you'll be able to see it. I'm going to go ahead and dump some fuel in that saw real quick. Because it's a hassle if it runs out. And I can't explain it. It just, I don't know. You're better off at that one just to put more fuel in it. And I don't know if I'll get this thing done, but at least I'll have it getting started, right? I can finish it tomorrow, which is a day I would normally live stream anyway. At least I think so. I know I sound awful. I'm starting to notice that myself. But it's not coming out of my nose or nothing. It's just these allergies got me pretty jacked. And sawdust don't help. Not even a little. Be nice if it did. But sawdust is a jerk, right? Okay. All right, let's keep going with this dude. Maybe. Now, with this one, I'm thinking closed muzzle. I might even put a welcome sign in here. I'm not sure. I don't know that far. done too. That's a heck of it. I don't feel like jacking with it. It is what it is. I mean, we've got this far. I can finish him tomorrow, and he'll look pretty good. But I'll show you a close up. Anyway, let me pull up here and maybe have a little interaction. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Hey, Susie, John, Grumpy. What's going on, guys? Glad to see you. Billy, heck yeah. Perry, appreciate that. Hear me turning around. Hey, Mark, what's going on, man? So we're digging out the legs there. And these cute little guys like this, I've done really well with these here. They're just great big goofy looking teddy bear head. And I mean, they really have. I've done really well with these. And if I got bigger pieces, that's what I want to try to do with them, is make them like that. But here's this other little one that we did. You know, he's got kind of Mickey Mouse ears. I don't know. I might cut him down, but I doubt it. I'll probably just leave him. And then this was one I made earlier, and it was a drier piece, and he burnt pretty easy. Which one, Susie? You like the one I don't have done yet? He's probably my favorite. And actually, we sold one today, and I gave one to my sister-in-law yesterday that looked like this. These here sell. It's hard for me to make those out of those little rounds, you know. And and actually, I fixed that raccoon face. I'm going to have to paint him up, get him out of here. But there's not a lot in here right now, and I'm kind of transitioning this over here from being, oh, there's that mushroom I did Thursday, I think it was. I sanded that dude down. He looks pretty good. It's done. Probably paint it red, white dots on it. I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to the boss lady. Hey, Matthew. Yeah, the big head, man. It's just like a teddy bear. And then these aren't as good. And I mean, they got the big giant jaws, but I took these little pieces and made these same kind of things, kind of going for that same principle. I don't know if I necessarily hit it, but here's just a bust of that same kind of head. And they seem to be like. Now, what do you think of this guy? This is my eagle model. And this was made from a guy named Pomney. And Pomney gave this to Woody, which Woody is going to teach me some tricks and things, some extra stuff that I don't already know. Anyway, hey, Susie Q, see you later. Anyway, yeah, I just reading on through here who's here. Someone gave this guy Pomney gave this eagle to Woody as a model. And now he's passed it on to me. I mean, he's in his mid-60s, and he's getting ready to be done with it. So this thing was beat up. I mean, it looked, and actually, if you look at it real close, you can see this wood. I mean, this thing is probably 20 years old or older. It's hard to say. And been out of weather. Well, I took it and cleaned it up, repainted it. And, yeah, Perry, did you see it before? Hey, Dallin, what's going on? Past your bedtime, no doubt. It's about mine. Yeah, you're right. But I didn't know if you seen it. Yeah, I painted the tail, painted the feet, you know, kind of did the eyes, you know, give them little black dots in them. I mean, it's rough. It's an old piece of wood, but that said, it made him look like new. And keeping up with why it was given it. Yeah, it was all black, Michael. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you guys are right. So he wanted me to have that for a model. And he said, this will tremendously help me, and I want you to have it too. So I'm kind of thinking either right there, it's going to be somewhere on the outside of the building. And this over here, I've actually been thinking about using these walnut boards and closing that all in and actually just wrapping all the face except for up there. Leave that like it is. But anyway, wrapping that whole face and then coming up with some way to put that eagle on there. So he's a model and he's being displayed. You know, yeah, I think he looks awesome. You guys are right. Heck yeah. But anyway, that was the welcome bear from yesterday morning. Bathtub bear from Tuesday. Sitting there chilling out. He had a crack in him, and I got that glue in there. That yellow's just the marker and stick I was using. But anyway, you can see the crack, but I got a lot of paint in there, and I can work with it. It ain't gonna hurt anything. I can give him a good face now, and he'll work out. But already got some color to him in anyway. But you guys believe the boss lady says she don't like those? She said, I don't like those bears in the bathtub anyway. I'm like, man, you're weird. And anyway, so I had time to mess around today. And nobody was really living, so I got all kinds of stuff done. And I got one of the mask collection the shark. I had to take my shark helmet in. Um, there were mice were eating on my shark helmet. I didn't know, and then I moved my those are my steel carbon chaps, and they were over there. And there was a mama mice and 3 babies clinging to her was inside of that when I dropped it out, and one was laying here on the ground, so I scooped him up and put him out back. I mean, he was doing all right. He wasn't gonna die. But anyway, this week we got to finish this up. That's supposed to say Sanders right there. So I may even just work on, I think I'll finish him tomorrow, then do that. And then I don't know if we're going to be on Thursday. So we may not be back on again until our Friday night live, which is coming up. And if you remember, anyway, we got to get this walleye, get that to say Sanders and attach that walleye to it. Anyway, Friday Night Live. If you remember, right now we got 4 or 5 pieces. We're going to let whoever the winning member is, and you have to be a member, not a subscriber, a member. If you're a member of the channel, you're in the drawing every last Friday of the month to win a flex shaft carving, something that I made, and I mail it to you. No strings attached other than you're a member. Anyway, that's what we got. All right, guys, I'm going to leave y'all alone. Hopefully we see you tomorrow. If not, then for sure, this coming Friday night will be our end of the month live stream. Don't know what we're going to do yet, but I know we're going to be carving something and probably playing a couple, 2 or 3 songs. All right, that's all I got. Come back when you can stay.